we actually have a free basement incentive. And if you don't care to get a basement, that's perfectly fine, but we still credit you and you still have the incentive of the costs that would be a basement. And that's anywhere between $20,000 and $30,000.
All right, welcome. Have you guys back in the house here. You're no strangers to the Who's in the House podcast. This is maybe your third, fourth?
Yeah, I've lost track. They've all been good though.
Yeah.
That's why we're back.
Started back. I think you were maybe number two, one of the OGs.
Two. That's right.
So,
back with Walden. So, ironically, you're not. We will talk a little bit about Walden, but that's not why we're here. We're here for a brand new community. We have Riverwood by Schell Brothers, located right down the street, right on the corner from Walden there.
Just about a mile away, yeah.
We got our rock star team member, Josh, here is listing the community for us.
Yeah, glad to be part of the team here.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun.
So happy to have you.
So, great community. It really is going to... Walden is at its tail end here.
Yep.
And, people obviously also like to follow the shiny ball. This is the new shiny ball in the area.
Yep.
Is going to be Schell Brothers Easy Living floor plans.
That's right.
With some killer incentives.
For sure.
Great size, great amenities, tons of wooded home sites. And I'm going to let you guys talk about the other really awesome feature about every home site in there. So...
We're really excited about it because every home is either backing on trees or on a pond. And the ponds are right in the center. There's one way in and one way out of Riverwood. And it's just one big loop around. There'll be 117 homes altogether.
Right. So what I like is that every home site can take a basement. So that's, good news for a lot of different reasons, right? Because to find a home site that you can build on that has a wooded view or a pond view with basement capabilities is pretty tough to find. We hear it pretty often.
Yeah.
So what happens is sometimes people are choosing something that they just are choosing something else because they can't get that right. So that's why we're super excited about it because we can kind of check all those boxes. I've never been part of a community where every home site that we start off with is basement feasible. So that's something I'm getting used to now, and it's getting everybody educated about it because it's not that normal. So
and one thing. In some communities, you'll find home sites that is basement required. And I want to be clear, it's not basement required on every home site. It's basement feasible, which is
correct. Yeah,
which is huge. That's awesome.
Which actually gives you, obviously, the option. And right now for our launch incentive, one of our launch incentive is... we actually have a free basement incentive. And if you don't care to get a basement, that's perfectly fine. But we still credit you and you still have the incentive of the costs that would be a basement. And that's anywhere between $20,000 and $30,000.
Easy.
Wow. Yeah. Well, since we're talking about that, let's look real quick because I think that I'm going to skim past your beautiful video here. I want to talk about the incentives because I think that that's really important. And there's a key point to this that I also want to really emphasize because it gets overlooked a lot. But so the incentives break down to your platinum package, which is that $10,000. Use your preferred lender, use a preferred settlement attorney and title insurance, and you get an extra $10K. Yep. Now, you guys, the settlement attorney, a lot of people think that they're litigating attorneys. They're not. They're there to help deliver a clean title and help a smooth closing,
process,
which is why you guys use them. They are not employed by you. They are not your attorneys. They are there. They know your process, so it helps that when closing day comes, things are in line, all the paperwork's there. You guys see the value in that, making sure that we have a smooth closing, so you're like, hey, we'll give you some extra money on top of that if you use them. Yeah. Obviously the big elephant in the room, the free unfinished basement. That's huge. Especially it's nice because you can't always do that because not every lot in most communities can do a basement.
100%, right.
So it's super cool. So they can, of what's available, and right now if we scroll down here.
So real quick on the basements, does that include the plumbing rough-ins?
So it doesn't include the plumbing rough-ins.
Okay.
I can't remember the number off the top of my head, how much for that, but I think... it depends if you want to finish it later on or not, of course. But we offer it, whether 2-piece or 3-piece, but it's not.
It's usually inexpensive.
Yeah,
we recommend it. We absolutely recommend it. And I think the 3-piece right now is probably at about $2,000.
Yeah.
Yep. Somewhere in that neighborhood for sure.
So when we look at the home site here, and I'm going to digress. I'm going to go down rabbit holes. So sorry.
Here we go.
I think
That's okay. We're used to Cory. We fought. We're tracking.
Not our first rodeo.
Right.
So these are the home sites that are currently available here. We have the model. One's going to be a parking lot and maybe a model eventually. You come in, you've got a couple ponds, which are real nice, but it's just, I don't know. It's so strange to me to be able to say, pick a lot.
Right.
And no matter what it is.
Right.
I always thought, I had one client, they actually bought in Walden, and we always talked about, we have 4 wheels on the tire. One was floor plan that we were looking for, one was the series of home, one was price point, and one was a basement. And we can never get every wheel to work.
Yeah.
And you can't drive a car without all 4 wheels.
Yeah.
So what's so cool is, you have someone, I need a wooded lot and a basement and a Monterey or whatever it is, which pick the lot. Or I need it on a pond, pick the lot.
Yeah.
I needed whatever, pick the lot. Like every car has 4 wheels.
Yeah.
It's a weird analogy, but it really.
Kind of 4-wheeling here.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's do it.
and to your point, like in the past, like when we would hear that, we would get deflated because I'm like, I don't have that.
Yeah.
Like I know what you're going to ask for, and like I don't have it. And not that, but like we don't have it there, we don't have it over there. So now when people say, it, I'm like, oh wait, I do have that.
Well, you have to talk compromise.
Right.
Okay. So you want a Mayberry and you want to be on a pond,
Right.
but we don't have the pond in the basement.
Right.
We have a tree in the basement. No. I want a pond.
Yeah.
I have a base. I have that, but not a Mayberry. It won't fit a May. No. We can't do that. So it's
Right.
always, well, what are we looking to compromise? What can we change? Because if the basement is, and for some people, and I've been finding more people, the basement's a game changer. It is a deal breaking moment. I need to have a basement.
Agreed.
Every home site.
Yeah, and also to your point, I think some people have almost given up hope on it. So they're looking for a home that doesn't have a basement because they're used to not getting it, and unfortunately, like they're already starting off with kind of like, all right, well, I know what I'm not getting right away, so let me look at other stuff. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see this energy kind of momentum a little bit more for people like, oh wait, now I have basements, and like I don't have to like hurry up because I only have one home site left. Like I can go down there, I can walk the home sites, I can check it out, I can pick which one I like.
Yep. And or if you are one of the clients that are looking to move down here and you're like, I don't want a basement because all the junk's going to come and get stored down there. I don't want to copy paste of what I already have. Then you get extra money.
Yeah,
to your point,
That's
huge.
It's a win-win.
Yeah. So you end up with $10,000 for the platinum program. You're either a free unfinished basement, or like you said, it can range $20,000 to $30,000 depending on the floor plan. And then the big one. And I'm so glad that you guys called out on the website now, because I always bring it up and people don't. I think they kind of think it's an assumed thing because on the resale side it's assumed.
Yeah.
And for people that are watching, Delaware has a 4% transfer title tax. Whenever a property, whether it's new construction or resale, changes hands, it could be a week later. If you sell it again, it's another 4%. Delaware makes sure they get their cut. Traditionally, that is split between the buyer and the seller. Mm-hmm. Most builders, it is the buyer's responsibility. That is 4%.
Yeah.
Make sure if you're talking to a builder and you're not working with us, which you should be, but if you're not, ask your builder so you're not waiting until you get to the closing table. Am I responsible for all 4%?
It's a big chunk of money.
Schell Brothers is splitting that. They're acting like a resale opportunity. How it is in resale, they are acting as a seller and picking up half or half of that transfer title tax, which is 2% of the final price, not the base price.
Right.
The final price.
Right. And also to your point, like, that number when it comes to closing costs is always the largest number, right?
Sure.
It's not like it's not like we said, hey, let's figure out the smallest number we can split with the buyer. So that's like the most amount you're going to get off when it comes to closing because it's the largest number that's on your closing costs.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
I'm going to do some easy math. I'm going to pretend we're not doing a basement. So $10,000.
Okay. Yep.
We'll just for easy math go in the middle. $25,000 if you didn't do a basement.
Mm-hmm.
So there's $35,000, and then depending on your house, 2%. I mean, it's interesting.
We're
like almost $50,000 of.
Well, and it's weird if you get it's like some weird math is that if you, for example, like the Camden, right, and you add all those incentives up, like there's a chance you're starting like in the 4s almost with that house when you start to do all those incentives, which is like I haven't seen that since I can even tell you.
You're actually going under the base price.
Yeah, so I was like, because I was doing the math, I'm like, I'm not good at math, but like I can,
I'm pretty sure they're getting less than what it should be.
But, I was starting to price it out, and I was like looking at the numbers, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy. So, it's again, when we start these communities, the base price and all the incentives that are there, it's great, but the base price we know is always just going to go up, right? Because we're starting a brand new community, so we're basically have a blank canvas that you have to imagine a little bit.
Sure.
So, every community we've been in, and I'm sure you guys have seen it too in the Schell Brothers world, is that by the time we've started to the time we've ended, like the amount of equity that builds is on a high side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So again, with these prices being how they are, and with the incentives, like it's excited to be about a project like this because I haven't seen this type of incentives being offered.
Well, I think that there's a couple pieces of the puzzle when we're talking about buying during the launch phase of a community. And I tell clients all the time, if you were to take lot or sale number 1 to sale number, how many units are there?
117.
To sale number 117. Say they're both the exact same home.
Yep.
Everything 100% identical. You're going to be a lot more on sale number 17 for a number of reasons. Number one, you're dealing with the zero noise, dust, construction, whatever, because you're the last home to close.
Yep.
You also didn't have any price increases. You also didn't have any developer increases on base prices, on the lot premiums, increases on cost of woods, increases on whatever.
Right.
So, yeah, you know, lot number 1, by the time that lot number 117 closes, has equity, which
For
is
sure. For sure. And
That's awesome.
And we've seen it. Yeah, we've seen it like happen time and time again in any community. It's the only matter of like not if it happens, but it's almost like a game. Like, well, how much did it go up?
Yeah.
Because every now and then we'll pull up a contract of like an old community. Like, oh, they're the first people. Let's see how much they bought the house for. I look at the number after I pull it up on my computer. I'm like,
whoa,
that is ridiculous. Yeah. And you can tell who they are because if you're the first couple buyers, they walk around with an extra chip on the shoulder in the community. Like, you want to know what I bought?
Yeah, of course.
You want to know what I paid for my house? Is that normal? So,
and don't forget, for everyone that's thinking about doing this, that first group, they're like the owners of the community.
Yeah.
they are.
Like,
I mean, they're
we
going to
launched this guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool time.
Yeah.
And the people who are one of the first couple ones, you'll know because they'll be very happy to tell you.
Yeah.
Well, I was number 2.
Yeah.
I was number 4.
Always.
Yes.
Always.
I was number 4, but I was the first stone field. So like, they actually take some pride in it. So
One thing I do want to, we talked about off camera a little bit, just to, when someone comes in and they look at the community right now, there's some clearing in there, but not all the clearing has been done.
Correct.
So if you're looking at any of these lots here, the trees are cleared out to about, you said about this area right here. So those trees will be gone.
that's correct.
So you're not going to be looking at trees. The tree line will get pushed back to the other side.
Well, you'll be looking at it, trees will be farther away.
Yeah.
There'll be homes in between.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
So,
just
like-
don't want them to have the expectation that that's where those trees
No,
are.
that's a good point. So like if you came in and said you want something with some woods, it's going to be lots 1 through 17, I think it is right now. Obviously, you want something more with water, then you're going to be across the street. So that's a good point.
Are you guys the developer here?
Yeah.
Makes sense. So the reason why I say it makes sense is that a developer and the builder have 2 different mindsets on how they put a community together.
For sure.
Developers, like, we used to call it, I won't say the name, a big builder ice cube tray is what we called it.
Pack them in.
So it was like, how do we get as many? Because they make money by selling lots.
Yeah.
And then they contract a builder to then sell the homes. When a builder is developing, they say, how do we design this community to sell homes?
Yeah.
Right.
Not just lots.
Yeah, so
you want ponds, you go on the inside. You want woods, you go on the outside. Every lot's a good lot. How cool is that?
Yeah, and we before we launched it, Carol, myself, and probably maybe 6 or 7 people from Schell all did a site walk and walked the whole community. Like, hey, we need to do this better. Make sure we put stuff there. So there's a lot invested, but I mean, we're out there with the land development team calling things out, which you're not gonna walk that with another developer.
No.
Yeah.
That's great that they involve you guys in that
Yeah,
process.
so I mean, we were making decisions on site. People were writing down, making notes. Stuff has already been changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
so-
instance, like where the landscaping is in the front, in the ponds, and there is, there's a home kind of behind lot 1 there. There's a lot of space.
Yeah.
But we'll be landscaping all through there, and that was the kind of things we walked, and it was great to have all eyes on this at the same time.
And also with that section, landscaping, I think they're doing the fence too, right? Yeah, so they're going to put a fence there.
That's
They've already
right.
talked to the homeowner. They're like, yeah, that's cool. So they're going to put a fence plus the landscaping. And it wasn't a matter of like,
I'm sorry, here?
Yep.
Yes.
Great.
So it wasn't a matter of like, hey, how much does that cost? I don't know. Like, they were just making decisions with the best interest of the community.
This is the best way of doing
Yeah,
it.
so
Yeah.
they were walking through, even to the point where like there was a tree that was kind of in the way, like in the entranceway. Like, what do you think about that tree? Like, no, we want to keep every tree possible. Okay, no problem. Then that means we're going to move the sign to this side of the street. So like, it was about an hour and a half of just firing away and making decisions, stuff like that. So it's always good
on the landscape.
Yeah.
Well, and thinking about it and putting the amenities in the back of the community, which I think is cool. And not only is it in the back of the community, but your pool is overlooking, it has this long stretching view of 2 ponds.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
That is pretty
nice.
awesome.
And those are obviously wet ponds, right? They're going to have fountains.
Yeah, so they will
Awesome.
have fountains. Now, it's interesting. So, like, you don't see the fountains on the marketing site plan. And that's the reason why they did that is because sometimes they are to be determined. I mean, in a perfect world, they're going to put them probably somewhere in the middle, but like due to certain circumstances of running electric and stuff like that, it's not a guaranteed spot, but we do know that they will be there. So like if you don't see them like drawn in there, like you see all the ones in the past, that's the reason why.
Oh, there are some people they're like scaling. They're like,
there's people
as per your map.
That's correct.
It is exactly
That's
21 feet,
exactly
and
why
it's
we're doing
23 feet. Like what's
well,
going
or
on
somebody
here?
said, "Hey, like I bought this home site because I thought the fountain was going to be right there."
Yeah.
Or hey, I bought this home site and it showed the fountain over there, and now it's behind my house, so I don't want that. So
Yep. And it's a drawing, it's a rendering, and it is as close to what's supposed to be to scale as possible
Correct,
and all that. But
correct.
things change, and maybe there's something on the ground when they were digging that made it that the fountains need to be moved or whatever. And
Yep.
Right.
majority of people are understanding of that, but there are some that won't. And,
that's why we're talking about it.
Chances are it'll be the one that's right
Well, I
behind
know
it.
everyone's like, well, where's it going to be? I'm like, I don't know yet. I mean, we're not going to slam it to the corner of the pond, right? It's going to be more located probably somewhere in the middle. But yeah, to your point, where they will have them, but for those reasons, they just
But that
didn't know.
nice long stretching view, like you're hanging out outside of the
That's
pool,
cool,
and
yeah.
it's a really nice view. You have a little walking trail through
walking
here.
trail.
I call these. There's another community in the area that's doing kind of these. It's not a park, but it's kind of like a It's like a parkish.
It kind of is, right? I mean, to me, a park you just have to have a bench. So like, I don't know like what people want to call it, but I think that is kind of a nice like area right there. People are going. I mean, you can definitely see in some of these communities, and especially on the Schell side, like that's the area where somebody's gonna be walking their dog, and like you're gonna see people stopping there and talking to each other.
Yeah.
It's just it's kind of one of those areas. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So are they going to have like a bench there or anything? Do you know?
Nothing
or?
promised.
Okay.
Am I pushing for it? Yes.
Potentially.
We talked about it. So I figure, it's like
I wanted a Zen garden, but that didn't fly.
So we shoot high.
We leave that to
accepting
Marlon
low.
Chase. Sorry.
She went Zen garden. I'm like, I just need a bench. So I don't know.
I can zen wherever.
Yes, I know, right? Zen on the bench. So yeah.
As far as the home sites, size, under a quarter an acre.
Most of them are slightly under a quarter acre.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, about
They look pretty
7,600 square
deep.
feet.
Yeah, so you'll have
certainly some are larger.
Yeah, so like some of the larger ones, I think like we got like a lot of attention on like 7, I think 6, 7, and 8. Those are like your kind of like pie shaped lots in the back.
Yeah, or 113.
113 is another one too.
Those,
So those are a little bit bigger, but under a quarter acre, right around there is kind of what you're looking at.
What's this?
So the county makes us put that road in as an emergency road. Now, I know on the land development team, this is actually something we talked about when we were doing that walk that I was referencing earlier. They're going to run this to ground. There's a strong chance we may not have to do that, but we're putting it in there just in case we need to. So I think within the next couple of weeks, we're going to get some more answers there. But we're just setting the expectation that it could be there. But again, I think another month or so, we're going to get an answer back whether or not we absolutely have to do that.
Well, it's funny because at Welch's Pond, and I know you guys are like focused on like where you guys are. Welch's Pond in the back phase, there was an emergency entrance that was there, and my clients bought on the other side of it. And we were there for our foundation inspection, and I was like, "Why is there sod there?" I'm like, "That was supposed were they just gonna?" Are they going to cut that out later on? They're like, no, it's just it'll be an emergency entrance. They can drive across the grass. And we'll figure out when we have to, but it's not. And they're like, no way, that's awesome. They're so excited about it. But I mean, they bought it assuming it was going to be a road, and it could or could not be. But it's things happen.
Things happen. So that would be our goal as well. So, but it sounded like again the benefit of having Schell as a developer, we just make a phone call to somebody in the office. They're like, yeah, we're gonna because it makes sense, right? So. We'll see how it shapes out, but just setting the expectation it could be there, but we're thinking of that. Hopefully we'll have some sod there as well.
Awesome. So I want to give a little bit of idea. Let me see here. How I do this properly. Where are we? I'm sure a lot of people that are watching the video have probably already done a little bit of research on the Schell. I'm sure there's also plenty of new viewers, but I want to give. If they've been looking at Schell, they're probably aware where Walden is and where some things are. So I wanted to get some proximity to where the community is. So this is was it Phillips Branch Road?
Yep.
Yes.
So if you were to come out of the community and make a left and come down to, I'm sorry.
Holly Mountain.
Holly Mountain.
Yeah, it's because it's Holly Mountain and
And
it
there's-
changes over to Mount Holly or Hollyville. There's
Holly's
all these
pretty-
mounts and villas and hollies.
I don't know, but Holly seems like a pretty important person in that area. So.
You make a right and there's Walden. So we're literally right around the corner from
Yeah,
where
so-
Walden is.
There's one community between us.
Yep. So right around the
Yeah.
corner, but they also get kind of just pointed out right now is like we have a model being built, which we can always talk about it, but we're meeting people for Riverwood, like at Walden right now.
At Walden,
too.
yeah.
So if you go there, there's going to be like an address, like meet us at Walden. But yeah, so if you want to check it out, that's fine. But or, if you stop by Walden, we can kind of go through all the details and kind of give you a personalized tour, but taking you over there kind of explain as well. So
get in your car, drive here
right
to our
here.
office, and then we will meet you at Walden.
That's right.
That's
Take
right.
you over to
take you
Riverwood.
Take you over to Riverwood.
But that is so the sales center as of right now is going to be located in Walden.
Right.
Again, but different product. Walden is Courtyard Series homes. This is Easy Living Series homes.
Yep.
The homes that are going to be offered here are going to be. Have you seen these in person yet? These are brand new floor plans,
Yeah,
which
not
I'm
yet.
so stoked to see. I
So
can't
we're
wait.
excited to see them too because there's some other things that's cool about them. I mean, like the butler pantry options. Some of these things are pretty cool that we're now doing, which kind of like opens up the pantry, puts like a little like dishwasher in there, and you have a sink now. Like it's like an entertainment area. So,
That's cool.
I think there's one under construction somewhere. I can't remember. And they're getting us pictures slowly, but yeah, we're excited to see those as well.
Yeah, because before it was, the biggest floor plan was always the Southport,
Right.
which if you want to see a Southport, Brentwood has a Southport that we can check out. But the Easy Living, which is that in between the Coastal Cottage series and the Courtyard series,
Yep.
it came out like just post COVID at Haley's Glen, I think
Yep.
was Haley's Glen and Marlin Chase
That's-
were the launch for it.
Yeah.
And the kind of go-to was always the Monterey because the Monterey was at Cardinal Grove.
Cardinal Grove, that's right.
And they just opened up another Monterey model. But you guys are doing ones, and is this official news or just unofficial news of what the model is going to be?
Oh, it's official.
It's official.
There's a sign out there too, I believe, right now.
It is
that
going
says-
to be
There is
a Stonefield,
It will be a
which is
Stonefield.
going
Yeah.
to be a floor plan that we've been looking to have
for sure.
for a while.
It's fantastic.
And it's going to be, again, what is the key word here? Basements. You said it's
Basement.
going to have
Yeah.
a basement.
Well, that's the other cool thing. I mean, eventually, of course, we'll be in there at start of construction. We're a couple months away, but it's always nice to, when somebody walks into the model and we walk in the basement, I can say, well, we can build you this, right? Versus, well, we have it here, but like I can't build it because we don't have basement lots anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to be comfort because, obviously, when they see a basement, a lot of times people fall in love, but I can honestly say, like, well, now we just got to pick out what home site you want versus you just have this one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're excited for it. It's going to be awesome.
Well, and I've always said when the Easy Living series came out, it's kind of it took some of the Courtyard series homes that were popular and I don't want to say fixed them because I don't mean fix them.
Well,
but
we're always evolving.
What were some of the things that people said, here's a wish list I would have for this floor plan. So you take a Wimbrel and it's like, I wish that it had a separate mud room. I wish that it had a separate powder room.
Right.
Bam, there's a Monterey.
Yep.
Or
right.
we take the Cassidy. This is going to be the little brother or cousin, whatever you want to call it,
Yep.
of the Cassidy. So it's going to give you a separate, for those people that are looking for a separate ensuite, you come down the hall, you have a full ensuite bedroom here.
Yeah.
You still have, you can turn this into an office. So you still have a 3-bed house with an office. But the pictures on here, what it doesn't do justice to is you're going to be pushing in the main living space, like 12-foot ceilings or something like that.
Yeah, I
it's
know.
so beautiful,
Yeah.
so open.
Yeah.
Yeah, Foundations Portage. Our model's due to be
Oh,
ready.
really?
Yeah, it's due to be ready. It's due to be ready, I believe, the 1st of February.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So, like, the basement was poured as of last week. We're out there and they were doing it. So,
Yep.
Now, this is something else, and not a lot of people know this, but the one thing, the Stonefield is that I can think of, the only floor plan that has a window in the kitchen.
oh gosh, yeah. So my wife loves this window. I swear to God, I can't even show her this floor plan. She's like, "We got," she asked me what model. I'm like, "It's a Stonefield." I was like, "Do you know about it?" She goes, "Not really." I was like, it's not that important." So even back to when I started with Schell, we were looking at houses, and there was one home I'll never forget. It was the Kincaid series of homes. It was called the Briar, I think, and it had a window right over the sink in the kitchen and to look out in the backyard. My wife was like, "This is it." I'm like, "What's it?" We haven't even looked at the house. She's like, "Oh, I love the window." I was like, "So you want to pick a house because of the window?" She's like, "Yes." I'm like, "No."
There's so much more to this
There's
house.
so much more to the house,
than
but
a
to your
sink
point,
and a window.
it is pretty cool. It's
I think it's the only one. I can't think of another floor plan because typically
my wife would've told
the
me by
sink
now.
is in normally the sink is in the island.
Normally is.
Yeah, and
So
then
that's
you get all your natural light. But Schell Brothers is always all about natural light, so they have tons of windows. But I don't know. I just think it's just something to note. Like
It is cool.
It's neat.
I
so.
checked it twice just to make sure before I showed it to my wife. But, so yeah, no, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's a really. Hey, look, here's the other side flipped around. But yeah, it's a great floor plan. So it's cool to be able to be showing a stone field as a model in there. I think the community is gonna have just so much to offer. If we go back here, I want to, for those people that don't know Walden and maybe haven't looked at everything and kind of its proximity. Again, here's Riverwood, here's Walden, and we'll use Walden just because it's right on 24.
Yep.
We come out to 24, and everyone always asks, at least that I talk to, is how far is it from Route 1?
Right.
And I say, well, first, how far is it from Route 5? Because Route 5, and not a lot of people know this, you make a right, whatever it is, 3 or 4 grocery stores, 4 gas stations, restaurants, and everything. That's right here. So this is where you get to in season and out of season. You've got a Harris Teeter, you've got a Giant, you've got a Weiss. You can do all that without having to, interact with traffic of any kind.
Yep. Yeah. No, and to your point, like the people at Walden so far, that's one of the main driving areas because they want to know where they can find out everything because if somebody's not familiar with the area like anybody else, like the compass is spinning, they don't know which way is north, south, east, west.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we kind of let them know about that. It does kind of help them out with the decision of okay, now I can see myself being here.
Sure.
Like, these boxes are getting checked. So that's a good point.
You can make a left and go down to Route 1, but
Sure.
And there's also Baywood, which if you're into golf, you've got from living perspective, a lot of people are like, oh no, I don't want to be there because it's land lease. But as part of your experience of golfing, they put all their land lease money into the community. So even though it's public, it is a beautiful golf course.
Oh, for sure. And
Absolutely.
we have a lot of people from, and I'm sure this will be the same thing as Riverwood, is like, basically it's like a clubhouse you don't have to pay for.
Yeah.
So,
restaurant.
we've all been there a couple of times because it's, obviously year round, but like the food's good, has a great venue in there. I mean, so we have a lot of people in close by communities go there just to meet up and have, dinner or lunch or whatever.
Yeah,
so.
who hasn't been to a holiday party, a wedding, or something at Baywood at some
I know
point
it's
in time?
funny because people are like, "Oh, what's it like? Is it like an okay bar?" I'm like, "Well, they hold weddings there,
Yeah.
so it's not bad. It's pretty nice."
I worked for a builder before doing this, and we had our party there for holiday time, and it was a blast.
Yeah.
It happened like snow like crazy that night, so
that's cool.
we had that up. We're on the second story, you open up, and like the golf course is covered in snow. It was amazing, but
Very cool.
No, I mean it's such a cool place, but more so, you can go there and they have their like during the week specials. Just go sit down on the terrace and have burgers or coffee
for
night,
sure.
whatever they do.
Yep.
It's really, really nice place to have if you're just looking to relax. And I don't want to say more upscale food, but you're just not looking for like a quick, dining.
Yeah, I mean, people
dive.
make plans to
somewhere
go there and
between.
have dinner, right?
Yeah.
That's the type of thing. So it's it's a good atmosphere.
And if you're looking for something even more, just go down to Paradise Grill and kind of party it up.
I know, which is funny. I talk about Paradise Grill sometimes to people because they don't understand it, and like I go to their website and I'm like, oh, because they have web cameras on their website.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
you could pull that right up. I'm like, look, right there, there's a band. And a guy pulling his boat in.
Like just don't go to it like 12:30. They turn the cameras
They
off.
turn the cameras off after 7 p.m.
We were just there last weekend, and they have their like Halloween.
I saw
like,
some pictures of
walking.
that, yeah.
Yeah, we did a little video on it. It was awesome. It was a
Yeah,
blast.
I have a friend of mine that he'll go there, during the summertime. He'll just go there and pull his boat up, and whatever he wants to eat or drink, he has it in his boat the whole time. So he doesn't really even go into it.
just hangs out.
He's like, hey, want to come hang on my boat? Like, you want some goldfish? Or
Yeah.
what do you want? I'm like, this is
Taking in
cool.
music.
I used to have my boat. My boat was where was it? So here's where Paradise Grill is. It's in the community of Potnets, and it's all. So for the people that don't know, it's like an outdoor restaurant bar.
Yep.
It does close like
gotta be soon.
depending on the weather,
Yeah.
end of October into November, depending on how things go, and then it'll open back up in the spring. And they literally truck load in palm trees.
Oh,
from
for sure.
Florida
Yeah, we also
every
yeah.
single spring. It is when they call it Paradise Grill, it's like you're in paradise. My slip was like right here.
Oh gosh.
And we would just go sit there, and right here is where this is the Marina Bar, and there's lots of bands there.
Yep.
And if we
you
didn't want to
hear-
deal with people, we'd just sit on the boat and just listen to music.
That's exactly what
so
my buddy
cool.
does. He does the same, like right where those boats are on there. Like that's almost exactly where he parks the whole time.
Yeah.
He'll get there early to set up shop. Like
And if you're bored, there's all like seating under here. And if you're looking for fun entertainment, sit here. And this is where the public slips are. So when people are coming in, they're trying to like dock their boats
Yeah.
up.
Oh, yeah,
And it's so much fun.
That's-
and I'm like, I laugh because I went through it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like banging into everything. People like fall in the water.
I know, trying to put the
People getting
bumpers on.
divorced trying to.
Yeah, like shut up! He's trying to get this in here.
Yeah.
It's so fun. But no, but that's cool. You know, to have that around the corner as well, which is just another like really laid back. If you live here and you have friends that come, take them to Paradise.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
absolutely.
no one ever goes there, especially for lunch or dinner. Later, it gets a little, I mean, it's a bar.
Yeah, I mean,
It
it's
gets
like
boring.
some other bars. We've been around here, bar/restaurants. It's like, it's all depends on what time you go there.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
like I could go to the Starboard and Dewey for lunch, but like if you go there late night, then you're going to get a late night crowd.
Yep, exactly. 100%.
Just know what time you want to go there.
But no one goes there. Go there for dinner at sunset. It's just
Yeah,
it's
it's
gorgeous.
pretty cool.
And then if you let it get dark, and then like all their like outdoor lighting comes on. It's a cool.
Especially around the 4th of July with the fireworks.
They put on legit fireworks.
Yeah.
4th of July, Labor Day. We were on Labor Day. We were over at the Rehoboth Yacht and Country Club, and all of a sudden we saw these fireworks going off. They had a big event there, and I'm like, oh, that's Paradise.
Yeah.
And it was we all just sat and went over to the edge of the water and watched Paradise's fireworks.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. So no, it's great. It's great to have that. So there's so much kind of in the surrounding areas of the community. You've got golf, you've got restaurants. Up in this area, like I said, when you come up to where you have. Here's Weiss. You've got a Wawa. You've got Brickworks. You've got Yellowfins. There's McDonald's.
And then I'm not upset that it's there, but like now I want to go there is because they have Surf Bagel there now.
Oh yes, there is a surf bagel there.
Yeah, there's a Surf Bagel there, and it's,
right
it's
there.
it's as legit as a Surf Bagel is. So like you go in there, you get the number, and you see what's being ordered, and you go over and you sit down, you call your order, you get up, you get. I mean, they get you out of there pretty fast. So.
And if you haven't been, you should. Two meatballs, which it's one of my favorites.
So good.
You got a Giant here. There's a Dunkin' Donuts there. Up for a little farther up, you've got Harris Teeter. So there is just so much. Again, right around the corner, and you don't have to interact with traffic if you don't want to, if it's in season.
Right.
Whereas when you get into the living down in the Lewis area, and look, there's advantages and disadvantages to everywhere that you choose to live. But you are, more forced to engage with getting to Route 1 and having to interact with traffic on Route 1, whereas you can choose and opt when you want to do that.
Correct.
The other cool thing is that based on this location, you can just head left or go inland in towards 113, which is what I call a locals highway. Like every town across America has this type of like highway. It's 2 lanes with big box stores on the other side. Restaurants and BJ's and Home Depot and Lowe's and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So that's everything that you can think of. That's where your carpet marts are and tile stores and everything. So you have that right down, which is going to have everything as well. So it puts you in a really nice centralized location from a living standpoint. So
And we're just about 10 miles from the Atlantic Ocean.
yeah.
So given the location and like the overall lifestyle of the community, do you think you're going to see a lot of second home buyers, primary residents, nice mix?
It's always a little bit of a mix. I mean, I feel like
It usually is a little bit of a mix. Everybody I've been working with right now is looking like primary.
Okay.
and the one person I'm looking at, it's literally like they've actually already purchased in Walden and they're looking for parents. So like we'll probably see some people that are going to be like, hey, like, fingers crossed, like we try to create a good experience. So what happens now is they're like, hey, they have a new community come up. Like, you maybe not here, but maybe there. Because sometimes, friends, they want to be close, but maybe not sometimes.
But it's not that close.
Same thing with relatives and siblings.
Yeah.
So that's what happened here. I had a lady that her and her husband purchased from me in Walden, and she kept on stopping by. She's like, hey, when's Riverwood? Because that's where I want my parents to be. So I think you're going to see a lot of people that are either maybe their personal situations changed that are in Schell House. Maybe they're going to buy a different one now because we see that too. Or they're like, hey, I told you about this coming up. Like, you guys need to go now and get involved. So, but I hope it should be probably a pretty good mix.
Yeah. Well, and especially again now, and not to beat a dead horse, but the incentive is deep.
Yeah, it is.
You guys are putting your money where your mouth is. I think that's big of you guys to do that. So and every community has their different launch incentives. I think it was really creative to say, we're showing the basement thing, because this is kind of like I don't know. It should be called like basement community, not Riverwood,
Well, yeah.
because it's such a big deal to have. I don't know if I've ever seen a community where every lot can do a basement.
Well, and also we never launched a community where the basement was the incentive either.
Yeah.
Yes,
So that's something that we went back and forth with, and they said, yeah, let's do it. Like we want to promote this because this is what people have been asking for.
Yeah, and I want to, real quick, when you come out of the community, make a left, and you come here to Holly Mount.
Yep.
And you want to go to the beach. I want to, a lot of people, they just assume 24 is the main artery.
Right.
And it is a main artery, so in season it can get trafficy, but that's not how you're going to go. You're going to make a left, and you head over to Beaver Dam, and you take Beaver Dam down, and you're going to come right on into. Did I go the right way? No, I'm driving. I'm driving the wrong road here.
All right, go straight down.
There we go. You'll come right to 5 Points.
Yep.
Cross over 5 Points. Come right by where we are here. I'm driving fast here, people. cross over the canal, and then you're into the state park.
Yep.
So all of that, the biggest hang up that I find that people find utilizing that back road path is once you cross over on the Savannah Road, you get into like 25-mile-an-hour speed limits.
Right.
Right.
So that's where your time really starts to get eaten up, because now you have to do 25 miles an
Yeah.
hour. The other is you're like, next thing you know, you're on Savannah
Yeah.
Road.
Oh, it's
you didn't hit
a
traffic.
breeze.
You're
Yeah.
kind of, so it's really nice. You're not going to go the Route 24 route, and you really wouldn't come 24 and go back up anyway. You would
Right.
go if you're going to Rehoboth, which. Why would you go to the beach in Rehoboth if you live here?
Cory.
But hey.
I mean, so I'm with you on that one. Like myself personally, and like my son, like we'll go to Lewis all the time. Like it's just it's a different
Less
vibe.
touristy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So less story for him to want to buy stuff in. So we'll go to State Park. We can spend all day there and not have a plan, right? We can go to. They have that cool like. Kind of like an environmental area where you go and they have like fish tanks in there.
Yeah.
You go check out. It's pretty
Yep.
cool. They got the trails, of course. They got playgrounds everywhere.
Frisbee golf, Fort Miles.
Yeah.
They've got the Point for sunsets, and
Yep.
if I'm not saying that our sunsets rival like Hawaii,
Right.
But we're not. Some suns they're not far off.
Right.
I mean, it is. We have some pretty amazing sunsets on the bay.
Yeah.
Which when you go up to the state park, you come up into this parking lot, which is like the craziest thing.
Yeah.
The first time I witnessed it, and you come into the parking lot, and you either you can take the walking path to the right and come onto the ocean, or take the walking path to the left. I'm sorry, here. Or take the walking path to the left and be on the bay.
Yep.
So it's literally, which you'd have to drive all the way around. This is where the sunsets are. And this is
Yeah.
elevated. You can't tell. So you can also just pull in and park there. There's a little like parking spot. I think there's like for like 2 cars or a couple cars right here, and just watch the sunset and then
Yep.
leave. It's awesome. So there's
Yeah.
so much to do in the state park. It's really, it's cool.
Yep.
Drive there, have dinner, go watch the sunset, drive home, and enjoy life.
You're not that far away.
Well, that's the other thing.
That's what living in Costa Delaware is all
Well,
about.
it's,
Right.
and it's to your point, like, people talk about, like, well, what time of the year, is it busy? Can I get in there? Can I not? And I'm like, it doesn't make a difference, because when you live here, you just go when the weather's good.
Yeah, you go whenever you want.
You're not forced because it's the only time you have off because it's the weekend.
Yeah.
And a burn vacation time.
Yep.
So it's just one of those things, like, and I'm pretty sure we've all done it once or twice. We're like, hey, it's nice outside. You just want to go to the beach today? Like, oh, yeah, let's go.
Yep.
And that's what that is. So
We grab a pizza, we eat the pizza on the beach, and we go home.
Yep.
Because we're just a couple miles from the beach. You're not
Because
driving an hour and a half, and it's like, oh, well,
right.
I don't know.
Well, and
Yeah.
because you can, right? That's the
Yeah.
other thing. So it's definitely a feature.
And it's a drive-on beach too.
Yeah.
Take them most to
Yeah.
Park. Yeah. A lot of people
up
forget
and
that.
down the coast,
Yeah.
we have so many options for driving on. And for people that are, to Josh's point, for people that are coming here that don't know,
Yeah.
the first time you drive on, make friends. Make friends with someone that has a Jeep or something.
Yeah.
Drive on with them, and then you're gonna be like on your way home. You're gonna be like on Facebook Marketplace looking for a Jeep. You're gonna be like,
Yeah,
I will
I know.
never not drive on ever again.
It's awesome.
It's so much fun.
Surf
And-
fishing.
Yeah, and you can be there 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
And,
You can like tailgate.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, my barber, I remember a couple years ago, he was telling me they had like a power inverter. They put a TV up there, and they were
gosh.
watching the Eagles game on the.
we've
on
done
the-
that as
I'm
a
like,
sales
that's
team.
awesome.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had like a drive-on sales team day, and it was like it was like big. It was opening day or something for football.
It was
No,
a
it couldn't-
big
it wasn't
deal. I don't
Sunday.
know. Next thing
Well,
you know, the guys
anyway-
are putting up a tent. The TV's
I
out on the
know,
beach, and I'm like,
yeah, we had like Jeeps
Nothing wrong
and
here.
trucks, and then we had like the TV, and then we had the table and the canopy, and then it was like everybody's just sitting there. I'm like, well, this is not bad. Yeah. So
Done deal. Done. Love it.
yep.
I do want to talk real quick about the amenities in the community. And I think we've
Yeah.
covered a lot of it, but the amenities I think are pretty important. This is going to have I'm going to call it a clubhouse. I know you guys call
I
it.
think you should.
You guys are calling it what have you coined it?
Well,
No,
that's what's inside.
No,
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we're calling it a clubhouse as well. But
In the interior of the clubhouse,
Okay.
we have a fitness center and a lounge, and what we're affectionately calling our libations lounge.
Libations Lounge. That's what I was. Okay.
Yes.
But
So-
there are a lot of builders that have air quotes clubhouses
Right.
that is just a room, a gathering room, like my clubhouse is like maybe the size of this conference room, and then our gym, like you walk in there, like no more than three,
no
more than three
Jim,
people,
yeah. Else, yeah.
and you like open the door and he's like sweating, you're like okay, close real quick and
Like,
leave.
he's working out. It's awkward.
Yeah. So like it's a clubhouse. You know,
Yeah.
some of the communities, smaller communities that are easy living, are just bathhouses.
Yeah.
That's right.
With some outdoor space. So this is outdoor and like a clubhouse. It's not Peninsula Lakes with
Right.
big giant.
Right. It's gonna be relative to the home
yoga
sites that you
rooms.
got.
Yeah, you have
Exactly.
117 homes in there, and you're gonna have a true indoor space that you can have parties and hang out with friends. You have a bar there at the Libation Lounge, and
Well, and if you really kind of even look at that, it's a lot of similarities to Walden with access
True.
right to the pool. There, we'll have a gorgeous outdoor pool. But due to the size, it's obvious size of the community. It's just not
Yeah.
going to be the size of the clubhouse at Walden.
well, and you don't want it to be
Yeah,
Right.
because homeowners have to pay for that.
That's right.
Not
Figure
right
out-
now, but when it gets handed over, 10 years down the road, it's a carrying cost for the community.
Yep.
So it should be in relation to the number of homes.
Yeah.
So that way
Absolutely
you maintain a normal HOA. You don't
Yep.
have a, $800 HOA, because you have this Olympic-sized pool
Right,
that no one
right.
ever uses.
Right.
So you scale it to the size
I
of the
think
community.
comparatively speaking, I think we've got a really dynamite.
I think it's perfect. It's,
Yeah.
it's a great
Dynamite. Yeah, I
mix
love
and
the
match.
Yeah.
And for anyone that hasn't been into a clubhouse that is in a community that's developed by Schell Brothers, when obviously they spearhead the amenities, the clubhouse is going to be dynamite. I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, we always, I know Shell's always done a good job because we realize a lot of people that are living in these communities are coming from other areas.
Yeah.
So we're trying to create that fun space for people to meet, right? So that's why we do all these happy hours. Well, we like them too, but so our clubhouse is always meant to be an area where people can meet to do for some of these happy hours events that we want to kind of help promote the community.
Yeah.
At the end, having a happy hour there is real easy for people to come there and kind of talk to people who've recently bought. Maybe they're just thinking, maybe they just don't know. But we find is that more than likely you'll probably find somebody that's either from your same town, maybe 5 minutes down the road, going through the same experiences. So I know Shell's always done a good job to kind of like create that to kind of help people with their like new network of friends, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's always a good time there.
But
Joe and I have always enjoyed doing that at Walden too. We've got, just in our community right now, we've
But
got
you guys have built
holiday decorating.
Yeah, you guys have
contests.
built like this really cool culture there.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah, so we
just had a 5th birthday party.
we did
Literally,
Yeah.
sheet cake, burgers. hot
Can't
dogs.
confirm, but it was definitely
You're fine.
between 150 or more people at one time.
Easily,
Wow.
easily, yes.
Yeah, we had one guy who was grilling the whole time. He was just
That is a lot
Flipping
of
burgers
burgers.
the whole
and
time.
I had 5 guys that never left the keg. So we all have our lanes.
We will bring
But-
that to this.
But I think what a lot of people don't know or understand, and I'm going down another rabbit hole, but I just feel it's important. Again, the developer develops the land,
Yeah.
the builder builds a house.
Right.
The developer who develops the land, part of that land is the clubhouse and pool.
Right.
So their job is to sell land, not sell an experience.
Right.
So they are putting bids out. And it's almost like whoever's the cheapest wins.
Right. Yeah.
So they're like, we promise you a clubhouse and a pool. So like you're like kind of like my community. You
Yeah.
have like a square clubhouse that's very minimal, a square pool, very minimal, and that's about it. It's cool. I get just as wet as anyone else does, but I don't know. It's not. When Schell is involved, there's this cohesive vibe from my home to my clubhouse. The designers are the same, the styling's the same,
Yeah.
the architectural details are the same, which is just neat. It kind of the whole experience in the community from front pulling in the community, front door of my house, front door of the clubhouse is all cohesive.
Yeah.
I
That's
just think
right.
it's
Good
cool.
point. Yeah.
That's the difference, and not a lot of people know that. Of kind of like how do we get from dirt to now like a community is done? The developer they were there just to sell land. That's
Yeah.
it, period. So
Yeah.
it is good, and I think people need to be asking They're realtors. Hey, who is the developer and the builder here? And, what is kind of the game plan?
Yeah.
Because when you get into some of these communities that are by big national builders, because not all of them, they're just, they get contracted after the community is developed.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this,
They don't care about the same thing. I mean, unfortunately, you don't really have the same interests at heart.
It's a bottom line number, business model, which is fine.
Sure.
And then obviously there's cars in all the driveways, so it works for people. But it's just a different level of experience that someone's looking for when they're looking at
and it's fun for us too, because we obviously get to know these people. They're homeowners that we worked with, and it's very common for them to stop by the model and kind of say, hey, what's going on, or check in on us. So like for the last party that we had, as your example, like we asked people to help out. Can you jump on the grill? Yeah, no problem. I got it. I'll cook. No
they
problem.
love it, and they're cooking for their friends and everything.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Who's going to cut the cake?
Yeah.
So I want to do just a real quick overview again. So Riverwood officially open for sales. There is that incentive, $10K, the free basement or the value of it, half of your transfer title tax. Don't forget that is an incentive. It's not just a bonus. Not all builders do this, so that is an additional incentive when you're kind of evaluating from community to community, builder to builder. That's something that you need to take into consideration. But this it says on here for the next 5 buyers. So there's 5 buyers that get this. The next 5 buyers get this free basement. So if you're thinking about it, give us a call. This is something you should be jumping on because it's a substantial amount of money. Easy living floor plans, 117 homes right on the corner from Walden.
Trees,
great proximity. Yeah, wood lots,
Beautiful.
Basement lots.
Yep.
All basement lots, pond lots.
I know.
Still weird to say
It's like
all
a
basement lots.
trifecta.
Yeah, I know.
I've never said all basement lots before.
Some basement, no, all basement lots. It really is firing all cylinders. This is a great community. It's something that people should be adding on to their list of things that they're looking at. Josh and I really dive into trying, having this discovery meeting and making sure that when we go out and tour with our clients that we're touring with quality, not quantity, not just stopping at every Schell Brothers or every
that's awesome. You guys
community.
do that.
People go home confused. And this is
Better for all of us.
absolutely one that we want to be putting on for someone that's looking, especially for that easy living, series, floor plan. This is, kind of knock it out of the park. So
Beautiful. I know. I like to kind of refer to the easy living as somewhere in between. It's like the middle child in a way, because we've got coastal living, and those are going to be our slimmer homes, right? 36-foot series. These are all 40, and the ones that we're in Walden right now are much chubbier. So I call them, they're like the fat ones. And then we've got the skinny ones.
Is the oldest kid always fat? Is that what you're saying? The oldest kid's always fat?
The chubby older kid. And I think that's very cool. And our HOA. Unlike Walden, our HOA will cover your lawn maintenance in this community.
That's good to know.
So we
irrigation.
Yeah, always irrigation.
Awesome.
Well, it won't be covering your irrigation.
No, but
but
on the home sites it's included.
yes, absolutely.
That's
Are
great.
our wells available? Can you do wells?
They are.
Yeah,
They are. Yeah. So we they'll be available. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a big thing because not all communities have the ability to do a well.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
Too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can do them afterwards and all that, but number one, it's cheaper to do
Yep.
it during the build than afterwards.
sure.
I found that out personally. But number two, they have to drive these big drilling machines across your lawn.
yeah.
They put plywood down. They tried their best, but do it when it's dirt.
Yeah,
and you just move into it and.
I think I've had one person in one community that didn't do the well that I know of, and then a year later she came back to ask me what company does the wells.
Yes.
I'm like, how
And
you
it's a
doing? That's
mess.
Aquatech. Here you go.
Yeah, Aquatech.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a mess to do it after the fact.
Yeah.
But it is absolutely key because oddly, water's very expensive here. And I know I live in a community, a Schell Brothers community, where I do have a well. My sister lives in a Schell Brothers community, coincidentally, that doesn't have a well. And the difference in our lawn watering pricing this summer was just phenomenally different.
Especially when you have a hot summer, and it's so nice that when. Number one, you don't typically have people that have brown lawns because everyone has wells and the lawns are just getting watered, and your mental meter isn't like tick 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 tick. Like,
Oh,
all right,
for sure.
when are you going to stop? It
Yeah.
costs me money. How much is this costing every single day? It just runs, and when the irrigation company comes out and they set the timers, it just can just do what it does to make sure that everyone's lawn looks nice. So,
It's funny. My old construction manager used to say, "Beer's cheaper to drink than water in Sussex County."
Yeah, it's about
So
right.
get the well.
yeah. Just don't water your lawn with beer.
Yeah, that's right. Just to be clear there. Beer on grass.
And don't drink out of the well.
Yeah. Awesome, guys! Thank you so much for coming on. Again, I think Riverwood's going to be rocking and rolling here. And again, people give us a call. We'd love to show you guys Riverwood.
Nice.
And until next time, which hopefully will be soon, we'll have you guys back on as more dirt is turning and homes are selling and incentives change and we get progress in the community.
Awesome.
We'll be back. That's what's happening in the hood at Riverwood.
Awesome, guys! Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
All right.